back in my college days when it was still relatively new.
I've never played that game. I looked at the trailer for it. I mean, I looked at it and I was like, I was never introduced to that game. I always liked playing Lost Vikings and Rock and Roll Racing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Lost Vikings. I've heard of that. It always sounds kind of interesting. I've just never made the time for it.
It's funny you say, "Oh, I don't have the time." It's these three Vikings that end up being that are like the protectors of their own country, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get abducted by aliens and sent back in time.
Oh, okay.
And so they're like, we're not going to get out of this alive. But the trick is you're in control of three Vikings. One of them is able to jump high and attack. Another one has a shield. And then the third one, of course, has the strongest attack power. Basically,
Right.
they're the one with they can down an enemy in one hit versus the other one. And it's just getting all three Vikings from point A to point B through just a series of a series of challenges, basically. Yeah.
And then does each level represent a different time period, and each one we hope is their final leap to get home?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
One time they're in the desert, other times they're in a ship, basically. Yeah, it's a fun game, and the dialogue is some of the best of any
It's somewhat
SNES game.
it's supposed to be somewhat humorous, as I understand, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Let's see. Last episode we talked about how Nintendo bought trademarks for certain games. But what we didn't understand was when they announced the Nintendo Direct, afterwards, they announced Skyward Sword HD remake.
And how do you feel about that? 'Cause I feel somewhat conflicted on it.
I mean, they're doing this mostly for Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary, kind of like Mario 35th anniversary, and so I understand why now. They're kind of seeing that they're not going to have Breath of the Wild 2 probably till 2021. They want to have some games to supplement that.
Right. Okay. Now, did you play Skyward Sword when it was out originally?
Yeah, I played it. For the most part, I really liked it. It wasn't something that I would go back and replay. It
Now,
doesn't have.
That's one I've never actually tried, or really had much to do with at all. So, what I had heard about the motion controls kind of turned me off to start with. So, how did those motion controls feel for you?
They were okay. I didn't mind them too much. I mean, the biggest complaint out of that game was that you had to, if you slash to the right, you had to move your sword to the left in order to get it all the way to the other side of that. Made the game considerably harder for it just made the game considerably harder for most.
Right.
But in this like HD remake, they've changed all that. If you slash from the left to go right, you don't have to move your arm all the way to the left. You can just keep
Okay.
You can just do a straight like a straight cut, basically. It's easier now.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I did see that they have they're going to have button controls as an option. So
it helps
that
too.
might encourage me. Yeah, that might encourage me to try it, but I haven't decided yet if that's one I'm going to pick up yet or not.
Yeah, and for the most part, I like that game. It isn't something that I would play again. It's worth for me. It was worth playing once. There is a hard mode where attacks you take twice as much damage as the normal game, but
okay.
I didn't play that.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't play that. That was it's like the first Legend of Zelda game that I played that I didn't like play more than once. Like I've played Ocarina of Time, I've played Link to the Past multiple times. The last one, Twilight Princess, I've played a few times before. So, but yeah, what else? I do expect to see games like Spirit Tracks get like an HD remake now. And I'm very much hoping Phantom Hourglass gets a remake too, because that was one of the supporting. There's a supporting character that is like my favorite in all of Legend of Zelda in that game. But
okay. Yeah, I've started most of those, and I think actually Spirit Tracks is the only one I've ever actually finished. I do think Spirit Tracks can be a bit of a hidden gem sometimes, because I don't usually hear too many folks saying too much about it.
I like Spirit Tracks. I would just say that I like Phantom Hourglass just a little bit more, because there's a couple scenes at the end that that make me just like it more in general.
Right. Without spoiling anything, obviously. For spoilers for a 12-year-old game, right? Let's not have those.
Yeah. Hero of topic, I guess. Not spoiling anything though. Let's see. There's you hear about Shovel Knight?
I'm pretty familiar with Shovel Knight. I know he's made a lot of cameo appearances in various indie games across the indie space. And I'm always a little tickled when I see him pop up and say, "Bloodstained Ritual of the Night."
I've heard that the next game Betty's going to have a cameo in is For Honor.
Oh, from the small little scrappy little indie studio, Ubiquitous Software.
Yeah.
Commonly abbreviated to Ubisoft.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's like.
I hope those guys make it. They do some good work sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the natural joke with Shovel Knight is if it's not good, he's basically digging his own grave.
Right, of course.
But generally, most of
He comes not to steal your honor, but to bury it, right?
Nice. Oh,
yeah. I have not played For Honor. It feels like a game I probably wouldn't be able to get into now, just because it's been out for so long, and it continues to evolve. So I don't know if it's how friendly to newcomers it is at this point. So
I don't know. I find it, for the most part, I find it funny and good that Shuffle Knight is getting a lot of attention within other games as well as within its own ethos. So I find he is a very transparent character. So for the most part. Yeah. Let's see. You ever heard of Star Fox Dinosaur Planet?
I remember hearing a lot about it. Maybe 20 some years ago when back in the GameCube and Nintendo 64 days, but I know it was canceled, and I think parts of Dinosaur Planet got reworked into Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah, parts of um, yeah, Star Fox Adventures was the game that came out on GameCube, but then Dinosaur Planet ended up getting canceled because I want to say timing was the big issue in this case.
And I never had an N64, so I didn't really pay too much attention to Dinosaur Planet. So I was aware of the broad strokes, but when it was canceled, was something I really wasn't looking for, so I didn't really dive in at the time, and life moved on without us.
Yeah, but I heard in an article that Dinosaur Planet is now going to be available to play.
Oh, okay. I have not heard this.
I'm like, it's I forget when it's coming out. Let me check. Let's see. Virus threat and protection. And that's the thing that's coming up when it's not say on its wiki page. Did you found the article? All right. Yeah. It doesn't say when it's coming out, but
I heard not so much that it came out, but that a playable version was leaked. So maybe that's why you're not finding a release date.
yeah. Yeah, it does say that it's been leaked. So
And some folks have been able to get it up and running on emulators and so forth. So
yeah, I find that to be interesting. At the very least, it's like the base game for Dinosaur Planet. Oh no, did I just say Dinosaur Planet is the base game
yes, you
for
did. Did you
It's
mean Star Fox Adventures?
yes. uh, oh, what can I say? I know. Like, have you ever played Star Fox Adventures?
I think I've played it for maybe an hour, and I don't remember too much about it.
I never have.
I mean, I don't remember. I'm like, I think my overall opinion at that time is this is fine, and then I went on to something else, and just never came back to it.
I've heard pretty good things about it. When it comes to Star Fox, I'm more used to playing Star Fox 64 and just Star Fox on the SNES.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not any of the uh, more recent stuff like Star Fox Adventures, if you can call that more recent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so more or less something I'd pick up if I had Star Fox Adventures is a one-player game, so it's not likely that I will play it, but it does look good.
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, Speaking of games I'll never play and I'll only talk about. Have you heard about the new characters for Smash Brothers?
I know none of them are Waluigi, so I'm not really haven't been paying too much attention. So
Yeah. There's this guy that I go to see his Let's Play every once in a while, and he would play these very long RPGs like Xenoblade Chronicles, and every time um like he goes to play one of these big games, a character from that series gets announced. So
mm-hmm.
in Xenoblade Chronicles, Shulk got introduced, and now in the last Nintendo Direct, a character from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got introduced, and he's playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So, of course, you see the tweet that says from him what the actual F, but
right.
because he basically called it 3 out of 2 times, because it's this character that splits into 2 different people, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I don't know the origin story of these characters at all, but
yeah, and I haven't gotten to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet, so I still have to circle back and finish the first one, which probably isn't going to happen till I finish Persona 5 now.
I know
so
last time
I'm lining up all these 100-hour games to play. That's in RPGs to get through, so that's how I'm using my time nowadays.
I know that last time we talked, you were playing. You had bought Cyberpunk 2077.
Mm-hmm. Mostly because I found it at a good price, and I just wanted to see just how it looked in its current state. And as we talked about before, it was fine. It's not graphically perfect, but it was definitely playable, I thought. I'll probably wait a couple more patches before I decide if I want to go circle back to that one. So
yeah, and
because I did like what I played, and I would like, that is one I'd like to explore. I just want to take a break from the cyberpunk and the dystopia. And after finishing Watch Dogs Legion, I kind of wanted a different setting to go back to.
And I've seen gameplay of it. It looks, like you said, playable, and
the graphics do, the graphics look good. I don't have the greatest eye for graphics. I can't recognize a frame rate by looking at it. I lose most fighting games because I can't count frames, but I know it looks good to my eye, and that's really what matters to me.
I mean, I've seen I'm not sure if it's out or if it's coming out later, but I did see Guilty Gear Strive now.
Mm-hmm.
And how at one point when you get to like the top of the tower, there's actually swatching Maximilian dude, and he was getting his behind kicked because um the one of the final enemies is one of the game devs.
Oh, okay.
So I like seeing that and just being like, well, dude is out of his league. um wow. Yeah, that looks like a good game. I used to be really good at fighting games, but I'd say I can still hold my own when it comes to the original Mortal Kombat. If you can believe that. Um, um, let's see. There's like Guilty Gear Strive that I've seen. Um, fun to look at. It's a different type of fighting game with different types of each character plays differently from what I've heard. So, and that takes a lot of that takes up a lot of time to be able to master and um, yeah, it takes a lot of time to master that type of game. But let's see what else. So, are you a fan of Mario Kart?
Uh, not the not the biggest fan. I've gotten more familiar with racing my child on it lately, but left to my own devices, I probably would have left the game alone.
I'm I'm the type of person that likes to get really good at those type of games, like racing games. But I heard
Do
that our
you stick with a particular character in those scenarios, or do you try to get decent with everybody?
I main with Bowser in
Ah, every chance you get, huh?
every chance I get, I try to main with Bowser. So, because his top speed it cannot be matched.
Mm-hmm.
You just need one mushroom and no one can get past him.
Right, right. Okay. But anyway, about Mario Kart.
I heard that our what's it called? Our commander in chief likes playing as Waluigi
Oh, that's
on
nice.
that
That's
game.
interesting.
Yeah,
Was it Waluigi or just regular Luigi?
it's Waluigi.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. There's this article that said that he barely won a match against his um one of his grandsons, I believe. He barely
Oh,
won.
okay.
Um, his grandson got hit with a blue cell right at the very end.
Ooh, ouch. But I would think if you're racing the commander in chief, wouldn't you just let him win? Whether or not he's your grandfather.
I would say the same about me and Ice Cube, but but uh, there was this one time where either I was playing against Ice Cube or someone that looked like him. So, but I would agree with you. I would just let him win.
Right.
But yeah, there's Dinosaur Planet. There's so I heard a little bit of I don't have like much more like gaming news. Do you have like any more like gaming news that you've heard?
It was something that I caught my attention a couple days ago, but now I don't remember what it was.
All right. See, last time we talked about the Legend of Beavis.
Right.
um, which was thank you for showing me that.
Well, you're welcome.
let's see. And I'll keep going. I don't have any like more like gaming news, but we'll go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that uh, the guy named Van Aslander rebought the is looking to buy back the rights to Earthbound.
Oh yeah, yeah. That story's just turned into a mess.
I mean, there's a lot of people who are like, the company went into bankruptcy and then closed. There's
And then the
no,
company that bought them went into bankruptcy, and that's playing out right now. So
there's a lot of people who are saying that basically the name is dead, that they shouldn't uh buy the rights back, that they should
right.
probably
Mm-hmm.
stick to having a different name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would you name it at this point?
Yeah. And somewhere the executives of Gardner White are just munching on some popcorn, right? That's what I in, picture right now. Just watching it
Yeah,
all play out.
no, I see. I don't know what they're going to do. Do see them. I do see them bringing a sort of quote unquote art band coming back, but under like a different name. I don't see them being able to use the original name though.
No, I think we just need to let that name go, and it needs to be something else brand new.
A I would probably agree with Van Essler. I might be butchering his name, Van
Van
Alslander.
Elslander, yes.
Yes, there can only be one Van Alslander. Um, I'm trying to remember his name. That's all.
Hmm.
I can see why. Maybe. Um, I don't know. At this point, what they're aiming from a business perspective trying to do.
Hmm.
No. Um, but it's good that there's going to be some competition within the hopefully there's going to be some competition within furniture
Hmm.
because um I I see like once a month like a friend of mine um gets a new house or moves to another apartment or something along those lines.
Hmm.
So it makes sense that, oh, people are going to need furniture too. So
Right. Hmm.
um um yeah, so we shall see what happens from there. Um and there's that, and there's um I keep and I don't know if this is happening to you, I keep getting these promotional posts from Ben Shapiro.
Are you getting those in Twitter, in Facebook?
in
as
Facebook.
in messages written in the clouds in the sky.
I wish it were out of cloud in the sky. But it's Ben
No,
Shapiro.
I unfortunately don't have to deal with that for some reason. Although now that I've said it out loud and Facebook's probably listening to me record this, I'll probably start seeing those in a few minutes here.
I'm sorry in advance.
You just
I
wanted me
really
to
am.
suffer along with you, I think.
No, I don't. And maybe I'm getting those promotions because there are people that I'm watching that comment on his stuff, and I'm like,
It's possible.
Facebook, no,
Don't make
please
that
stop.
connection.
Do not make that. That is not a sharp connection. Thank you. I'm like, people talking about that things I don't want to mention on here.
Right, that are outside of our scope, right?
Yeah.
And our mission,
We're
as loosely defined as it is.
we're about being transparent and also inclusive to others, correct?
Correct. Yes.
While also being passive aggressive jerks to certain people. So
These certain people who name Ben Shapiro who deserve it, right?
exactly, yes.
I mean,
Yes.
we don't have Rush Limbaugh to kick around anymore, so.
And you just thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah, we don't have people like Rush Limbaugh to make fun of, but we do. Um, we do have music news, and I forgot to put that on our list.
Oh, music news. Well, definitely do share.
So as you've heard, De La Soul is going to be what's it called? Cameoing in Teen Titans Go.
I've not heard that.
I mean, between the both of us, now it's just between me, myself, and I. So. You don't get that joke, do you?
No, I don't.
The song that made De La Soul famous was a song called Me, Myself, and I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but it's good that they have those that they have those kind of contacts, that they're able to be featured on Teen Titans. I find that to be a little bit hilarious, and not a carryover I would expect. It's like, and I welcome it because it's like, it's kind of like the finale of what's it called? Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. How they had their own TV series, and the finale they had Megadeth. And that's they had Dave Mustaine and the whole band play.
Oh wow. I mean, I remember the Duck Dodgers series, and it was a good time as I remember, but kind of didn't have time to watch it after a while, and
Yeah, and like the whole I would watch episodes of Duck Dodgers every once and again, but like the whole reason why, like, how I got introduced to Megadeth was because of um Duck Dodgers, which was kind of an unlikely like duo, basically,
Mm-hmm.
that most people wouldn't expect. But I'll send you the when I get out of this, I'll send you a link that shows them playing on what's it called? Duck Dodgers. But yeah. And the rest is history. But there's Megadeth, there's De La Soul, and then we heard that this French couple broke up after 28 years. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Were they on par to be our robot overlords, or did they just go around the world a whole bunch of times?
I think you'll have to repeat that one more time, Bill.
Well, how many times did they go around the world before they broke up?
Hell if I know. Shit. But no, like a couple days after we did our episode, we find out that Daft Punk broke up after 28 years.
Well, but
It's like,
who's gonna get the robot mass in that relationship, though? I mean, there was no reason Daft Punk had to end. They could just give the robot mask to somebody new, and we'd never know the difference.
I mean, when you think about it's when they say break up,
Mm-hmm.
when you look at like an Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses, you see that like the team breaks up basically.
Right. Uh-huh.
When you look at something like I don't know, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, you see that as a breakup. But
Right.
when
Uh-huh.
you've been bringing in music for 28 years, you kind of wonder, oh, is this a quote unquote breakup, or is this just um is this a what's like the inside scoop, like who's getting what? And
Mm-hmm.
it's not a breakup, it's more just I don't know. It doesn't feel like a Guns N' Roses type situation. It's
Mm-hmm.
its sort of own unique thing. I don't know. um I don't know. um I see if like maybe in the next couple years they'll be back together because I would say that the music um the music that got me into techno, I back in the day tried to do sheet music to make like make techno music, like
Mm-hmm.
on a I tried to put my hand into techno music as well, and I would say that Darude was the thing that brought me into wanting to get into techno,
Mm-hmm.
but Daft Punk was the band that got me into staying in it, to
Right.
listening to it more. I mean, I've learned like techno bands like Skrillex and Deadmau5 and Justice, because uh, Daft Punk was there to change the way techno music was made.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, I've listened to Daft Punk before. I'm familiar with their work. I hadn't actually realized that they were still together until the news came that they had broken up. But so I think the last time they really made waves with their music was with the Tron Legacy soundtrack.
yeah, and yeah, I I'm kind of in the camp of it is a breakup and it's not a breakup.
Uh-huh.
So, but they've yeah, but they've had a lot a legacy of musics, and they've uh brought in people to do covers of their music, and from
Mm-hmm.
what I've heard, they've even told Will I Am to stop trying to imitate them because it was that bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that just sounds awful.
Uh, yeah. Uh, they did not have the will to continue with Will I Am, so
Mhm.
I guess. But yeah, I've got I've got like one more thing to say out of all that. And it's a great transition with Daft Punk. I've recently found out this artist, this music artist on Twitch. His name is Popsky, Popskyy, and he does um, like EDM music with um, like 8-bit and 16-bit chip tune music. I've been like looking forever to find something um to find an artist like that.
Yeah.
Because
That was the link you sent me last week, right?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've listened to that, and it was I kind of liked it myself, so.
I mean, I and there's our intro song like Airman,
Mhm.
and we do that for obvious reasons.
Right.
And there's uh other artists that we that I've asked to use their music, like Looter, Loeder, and then
Hmm.
Game Chops as well. And those are all fine and good, but those are like 18-bit and 16-bit chip tunes to um, existing songs, while Popsky is he's using like like small segments of like you hear the Mario coin drop or something like that, where it's just like small snippets of like retro games within the entire um within the music. And I've been looking for that for like a while now, 8-10 years to find someone like that, but surprised I never found him until now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all you said that it was pretty good, and I would agree with you as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't really have too much else for this week.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I mean, it's almost time. So, Phil, where can we find you?
You can find me in my basement, maybe making some progress in Persona 5, chipping away at it, and then probably figuring out what 100-hour JRPG I'm going to tackle next after that.
I'm
And I still have to finish
nice.
Breath of the Wild too, so.
I finally beat Age of Calamity, and there's 3 characters that should have been in the base game that are not there.
Are they coming in the DLC?
More than likely, yeah.
Okay.
Now that it's been announced that there is DLC,
Mm-hmm.
and Gerard can now rest easy knowing that there's more than just the base game. But you can find me at einformed.com, informed with an A. Probably playing Enter the Gungeon now. I need
Oh,
to
okay.
fill in I need to fill an itch of um um extremely fast bullet hell.
Right.
Quite
You need
literally.
because you need a break, right?
I went I played a beat 'em up, and now I need something that can um help my what's it called? My reaction time. So
Ah, yes.
and that's
That
where I'm going with that.
sounds like a plan.
Yeah. And as always, DFTBA, don't forget to be awesome and please wear a mask, right?
Yes, wear a mask, get vaccinated if you get the chance,
Yeah, when you get the
and
chance,
wash your
please
hands.
wash your hands. Yeah. All right. Thank you.